What's up, gamers? It's your boy, Launchpad 1412. Excited to be back with some more Madden 22 gameplay. Here we got an online ranked match versus a random opponent. My opponent has the Minnesota Vikings. I got the division rivals, the Minnesota Packers. No, I'm kidding, the Green Bay Packers. But we're not going to talk about the gameplay in this game. Well, a couple of y'all, have told me, just talk about life a little bit. Just talk about, some things going on with you. Well, I felt like this was a grand opportunity to do that, so I'm going to take advantage. And as you can see in the title, about a couple weeks ago, a little over a couple weeks ago, I went to my 20-year high school reunion. Honestly, I couldn't even believe we even had one. I was like, 20-year reunion. I'm like, man, nobody's going to be here. But my first thought was, hey, this is a good place, to take, my wife. We can go out and, see some people around our age, and just kind of mingle a little bit. So I felt like a grand opportunity to do that. So this looks like, feels like a good moment to take advantage of that. So, we did. We went. I was a little skeptical, like, towards the end. I almost backed out. Almost punked out, man. Almost punked out because I was like, I just started thinking about it a little bit more. I was like, something. A lot of these people in my high school, graduating class, I didn't really. I like all of them. They're all fine, but I didn't really fool any of them like that. I don't hang around them. We don't walk in the same circles. I see them every now and then. I speak, I always be nice to people. I don't see anything wrong with being kind to people. So, I'll be kind. I have no problem with that. But I was just thinking, like, man, I really don't know any of them like that. Like, maybe except for my boy, that was my best friend when we was in high school, and a few here and there sprinkled here and there. So I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't go. But what I did do was I did kind of spread the word a little bit. There was a couple people I hit on the inbox on Facebook, people that I was really, really cool with in high school that was in my same grade. So I hit about 6 or 7 of them. 4 of them said they were going. Only like 3 ended up going. Other people that was there, I was a little shocked they were there. I just wasn't sure who was going to come. So we go. My wife is looking fabulous, of course. I'm kind of dapper. I don't normally dapper it up. I'm a guy that's cool with a sweatpants and a t-shirt or a pair of shorts. It don't really matter to me. But I was like, I said I'll spiffy it up this time. So I spiffied it up a little bit. Me and my wife, we look good. We look great. And I was just like, okay, I don't know what to expect, but I'm just going to make the best of it. That's what Launchpad does. It doesn't take much for me to have a good time. I said, man, I'm going to make the best of it. We're gonna make it do what it do. You know what I mean? So we get up in there. The atmosphere feels fine. Everybody spoke. Everybody I remembered, I went up to them. I either shook their hand or gave them a hug. It was really well done. It was really nice. We had a nice little bar there. A little area. The DJ was actually somebody that was actually on my basketball team. He played all the late 90s classics, man. He was playing songs that I had totally forgotten about, but it was really, really nice to hear. I was like, dang, I haven't heard this in a long time, man. He did a really good job DJing. Saw some people on the basketball team. I was kind of hoping somebody was there on the basketball team that was around my age. The DJ, he was 3 years younger than me. He was one of those rare freshmen that made varsity. And he was pretty good. But it was nice to see, the players on the basketball team around my age there. One of the guys that was like one of the better players on the team, he was just talking to everybody, man. He was conversating with everybody, man. I thought he was awesome there. We had a guy from Tennessee come through there, and he was someone that I was really fond of. As soon as he seen me, he gave me the biggest hug. It was one of my favorite moments, man. He gave me the biggest hug, man. There, and I got to see my cousin, my cousin Ashley, who I think is awesome because she's my cousin. I don't need no other reason to say my family is awesome except for that. So it was really nice to see her. We took a picture together. We look great, and I was talking to her, busting up with her. I had a pretty good time. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I really had a really good time. Because actually, my cousin, we're around the same age, but she actually graduated in 3 years versus me in 4, and I kind of forgot she was at the graduation. So it was definitely interesting to see her. And to see, I got see my boy that came from Tennessee to join us. It was really really nice, really nice. There was a thing though. A thing did happen. Someone that I was fairly fond of in high school. She was a little lit. She was a little tipsy, and at one point, she was talking about, like fighting. She was talking about fighting people, and I told her like, no, whoa, chill, let's not do that. That's not the vibe. Everybody was chill. Cats got kids now. We 37 years old, man. Cats is not trying to fight right now, man. It's just not the vibe. I understand, but when she said that, I'm not gonna lie, I sat there, I thought about it. I looked around, I said, nobody in here really fools with her like that. You know how it is, like, I'm not saying, things are still high school at this age. I really don't know. I don't go outside like that. Like I said, if I know you, I speak to you. If you don't speak, it's fine. If you want to speak, that's fine as well. It's no big deal. I got a great wife, great kids, mother, brother. I got friends. I don't need any more friends. I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I said, don't get me wrong. I'll be nice to you. Whatever that relationship blossoms into, it blossoms into. But if it doesn't blossom into anything, that's fine as well. So like I said, for me, I'm straight, but everybody don't feel that way. Some people still feel a little bit inadequate because of things that happen in high school, or maybe their persona from high school. Maybe it still lingers in their mind. And I could kind of see that, with this girl. So I thought about it a little bit deeper. I looked around. I said, man, nobody really fools with this girl. I just thought about that. I said, maybe a few of us, but that's really it. And it did get to the point where she had people there a little bit uncomfortable, and I think a couple of people left because of her. But I say all this to say, one of these things I've been harping on lately, and for whatever reason, I've been harping on it lately in my mind. Not that I did anything wrong, but I try to be careful with how I am when I'm out and about, and I try to make sure I understand what I do affects people, not people that I just love, but people that are around me in the moment. And here's an example of this. Not saying, not trying to use her as an example, but when she was getting lit, she definitely had some people uncomfortable. And I just don't want to make people feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable because of what I'm either being, I don't drink or smoke, so I would never be intoxicated, at least not by choice. But I'm like doing something like aggressive, or I'm mad. But since I'm mad, since Launchpad is mad, now I just gotta just do whatever I feel like doing, just be boastful or aggressive. But man, you could scare somebody. You could you can give somebody a frightening experience. Maybe it's a kid there. A kid might see you getting aggressive. They've never seen a grown man get aggressive like that before, and that could just it could scare them or change their little life. You never know. So just try to be careful with how you are, and understand your understand the temperature in the room, understand your surroundings, and hold yourself accountable for your actions. And just think a little bit before you do something. Is this a good idea? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I just calm down? Sometimes you just gotta calm down. Just think things through a little bit and calm down. I understand it's not the easiest thing to do all the time. I understand it's not always the funnest thing to do, and I understand your emotions can take you places that you didn't mean to take you. We all make mistakes. I'll never tell you to be perfect, but just be cautious, man. Be cautious of what you do, and just be cautious of how your actions affect everyone around you and the people you love. Because if something happens to you, the people you love are going to stand up for you. They're going to be like, oh, no, this guy, this girl is not really like this. Because I have talked to her sober, of course, a couple times. More than a couple times. I would say we're pretty cool. Maybe maybe not like best friends or nothing, but we're cool. And she's sound. She's a sound too. She just was, a little lit in that moment, and, this had some people uncomfortable. I just didn't know if that was, I just didn't feel like that was necessary. But shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate this if you guys are listening to this or still listening to this. This is your boy Launchpad 1412, and I'm out.